Hello, this is the Tyros 5. About a year ago I opened up the Tyros 4 just to have a look at the components and things that were inside it. Now this actually has a little problem on it, so I'm going to get the chance of opening it up and we can have a look inside this and see what the difference is between the Tyros 5 and the Tyros 4. But the fault is, one of the main variation buttons is actually not lighting up correctly. The blue LED goes out, leaving the C button dark. And yes, it turns amber when you select it, but when it's not selected, it should turn blue, which it doesn't. I'll show you what I mean. So as you can see, that C light keeps going out. It's a bit of a heavy beast this to get it on my desk, but I'll try and zoom in and give you a good look at just what's actually inside this thing. So let's get it open, flip it over, thank you very much, and let's get in it. Right, that's the last of the screws out, plenty of screws on these. And let's get the lid off. Right. This is a bit of a beast, this is. And there's going to be lots of cables to undo here. Oh, this is quite a bit different to the Tyros 4. I mean, there's a lot of empty space over here. The Tyros 4 had a bit more circuit board over there. Actually, it looks like there's less in this than the Tyros 4, but that's probably just because it's got modern components in. Let me get the camera in and show you a little bit of a closer look so you know what I'm talking about. So there you go, that's the inside of the Tyros 5, and starting on the left you've got all your little controllers and things there, your pitch and mod wheel. Our problem is going to be just about here where the C button is, but I'll unscrew that in a moment and take that off and have a look at that, and all the buttons may go flying everywhere. I don't know, I haven't got a clue. It's happened to me before in the past, but yeah, I'm sure in the 4 there was a lot more circuitry up in that corner. I'll try and find a picture and show the Tyros 4 around that area as well. There's your power supply here, and this is all your jack sockets in and out along the back there. And this is your main processor, the computer, the thing that does all the work. That's sitting underneath here. I think I'll take this lid off actually and we'll just have a little look underneath there. Why not? Now, this metal case, similar to one in the Tyros 4, it's almost like a razor blade. It's really, really sharp, and there's something holding it in. Oh, it's just that cable catching it there. And we're in. Now I'm going to put on my little anti-static wristband because I don't want to go blowing things up here. Where's my little pointy stick? So have a look around here. A Yamaha SSP2 chip. That's a kind of I think that's probably been used for matrix and routing and things. You find those in Steinberg products. These are the Yamaha X8940AO chips. They are digital piano tone generator type chips, and there's a pair of them in there. Believe it or not, you can get 2 of those for 1 of those. They cost 50 cents each, those things do. But so what? People, you know, just because those cost 50 cents doesn't mean this product's cheap. By all means, people pay £100 for a pair of plastic sunglasses because it's got a name stamped on the side of it. Anyway, moving on. These are expansion memory, which are 1 GB each, and that's a non-volatile memory. which means when something's written into it, it stays there even when the power's been switched off and switched on. Until it's been overwritten, it stays there. It doesn't need a battery backup like some of the old keyboards used to have. There's probably actually some of that on the other side of the board as well, like there was on the Tyros 4, but I'm not going to lift this board up because this is just going to be a repair and I'm just stealing the time to show you what's inside it. These chips here are just SD RAM. There's plenty of SD RAM all over the place. These are digital to analog, going that way, that's right. These are digital to analog converters. So this is for your main left and right, plus your sub 1, 2, 3 and 4. And they're AKM chips. They are 24-bit, 192K, something like that. Yeah, going that way. 3 stereo pairs. And then, of course, you've got your left and right input as well. So you've got AKM chips here which are working the opposite direction because that's the analog, because it's coming input. Analog to digital, because then that's coming back into the board because you can record with this and things, so it has to convert it back to a digital signal. I'm not really going to go through all that. I'll take some pictures of it, some high-res pictures, and stick them on the Google Plus page if you're really, interested in what's going off on this board. But the main thing is I need to get that board off over there and repair that little blue LED because, like I say, I've only got this for a short while and I'm just stealing the time to show you what's in it. This, by the way, is a little micro USB. This is for the hard drive. If you need to change the hard drive on these or put a bigger hard drive, it's just a little caddy. You unscrew 3 screws and just slide out the entire hard drive, and it's just a little laptop hard drive. I mean, I think this one's probably a Toshiba hard drive, and then it just goes onto micro USB and that plugs onto there and you just slide it into place. So don't spend a ton of money having the hard drives upgraded when you can just go out and buy a laptop sized hard drive yourself and do it yourself in no time whatsoever. Right, I best get moving on then and get this LED done and unscrew that board. So I'm going to take this board off here now, but I've got to undo these little connectors first. These are easy, they'll just pull out, and you can't put these ones in the wrong way round, but you can put these in the wrong way round. So because this one's got a little crease on it here, I kind of know which way round it's going to go, which is okay. Right, I won't bore you with all the unscrewing. I'll fast forward this and let's get this board off. Okay, let's put this on the bench and have a close look, see what's happening with it. Now, I've been checking the blue LEDs against all the other blue LEDs, and all the measurements are coming up exactly the same. So, and you can just barely see it actually lighting up. Now, I know it's sometimes not a good idea to check things in circuit, but these are tiny surface mount devices and they're a bit awkward to take them off and test them and put them back again. The only thing I can suggest might be wrong here is similar to the Behringer video. It just needs a bit of retouching up, a bit of resoldering maybe. So I've found my finest soldering iron, and all I'm going to do is just resolder the LED where it is. Rather than take it off, I'll just retouch both sides to make sure it's soldered up correctly. So maybe a little bit more solder on here. It's a bit awkward because it's so tiny. Right, this one's the culprit, and I don't want to hold it on there too long because I'll end up destroying the actual blue LED. Yep. I'll just solder the other side. I think I'd be better off with a microscope to do this. So all I've done there is resoldered the LED in the hope that that's going to fix the problem, like it did in the Behringer mixer. But I've got to put the whole thing back together again to test if it's going to work. Now, if this happened in the factory when they're putting the thing together and something doesn't work right, they can just throw the board away and just choose another board and put that one in instead. I haven't got that privilege, but it's more cost effective for them to just throw the board away. Anyway, I'm going to put this back in now and fire it up and see if that's done the job. It could be something else on the board that's causing that problem, but fingers crossed, who knows. Right, that's all screwed back together again now, and now the big test before I screw the entire thing back together again. I'll fire it up and see if those blue LEDs are going to work. So, power and ignition. Well, the screen's on, that's a good sign. It takes a moment for this thing to load up all its information. It's a lot quicker than the Kronos though. Kronos takes about 2 minutes to fire up, and there you go. This takes a few seconds. Right, yes, it's blue. Lovely. And the amber. Yep, all selecting. So, yep, I think that's probably job done. So, I'll screw all this back together again now. So there you go. All the buttons are correct again, as they should be, and they look reasonably equal brightness now, so that might have been the fix, hopefully. But I'll keep this on for a few hours and see what happens, just to burn it in. Well, if you found that video useful or interesting, please give us a thumbs up, because that does help with my video searches, and I'll have a look round to see what I've got to take apart next. Thank you very much for watching. All the best.